To something. It started. Okay, so
Okay.
welcome to Moon People. Um,
Right, people.
yeah, the people on the. It's funny actually. In this book, they never actually go to the moon. There are moon bases, but they're not on the moon. I don't think. So
The moon bases aren't on the moon?
pretty sure they're not. Like they're floating in space
Book Moon
around.
People is not about moon people.
Like they're next to the moon, but they're not on the moon or something.
Moon neighbors?
I guess so. Anyway, so we'll
This
start.
book lies.
We will start. Chapter 1, The Beginning of the End.
That's a great title.
Isn't it? Do you want me to read off the titles of the chapters cuz they're right here.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chapter
Yes.
1, The Beginning of the End. Chapter 2, The New Job. Chapter 3, The Unknown. Chapter 4, The Job Offer. Chapter 5, The Big One. Chapter 6, The Crew. Chapter 7, Fate Steps In. Chapter 8, Saying Goodbye. Chapter 9, The Shuttle Launch. Guess what that one's about? Chapter 10, Happy Halloween. Chapter 11, Status Quo. Chapter 12, The Mission Launch. Chapter 13, Hide and Seek. Chapter 14, Our New Friends. Chapter 15, and this pisses me off to absolutely no end, Hydra the Dragon.
What?
Hydra
Hydra
is
the dragon?
not a... I don't think Hydra's a dragon. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's a Hydra. A Hydra is a Hydra. Anyway,
Hydra the cat.
No, chapter 16, and this might be the one with the picture of the Death Star. And if I could scan this book up, which I will eventually, I could show you.
Fuck.
Called Star Wars, chapter 16, and chapter 17, The New Age. All right, so
I love how it goes immediately from shuttle launch to Halloween.
well, because there's like a theme of they're afraid because the shuttle launch is on Halloween, and it's like, and they never specify why they're afraid because it's on Halloween. And I
Too
remember
spooky.
me and a friend were having a conversation. We assumed like some horrible thing happened on like on Halloween, like this, like 9/12 or something. Like they had another 9/11 or something on Halloween, and they're like, but with spaceships instead of the Twin Towers. Anyway, the beginning of the end. This story begins on a beautiful sunny day in Daytona Beach, Florida, with a man by the name of David Bramer, a 45-year-old single man that works at the local high school as a science teacher. He also teaches astronomy in the 12th grade level. Now, he has been here about 5 years and has become somewhat partial to a young lady by the name of Cheryl Baskell, a local restaurant owner in Daytona Beach, Florida. At the moment, Cheryl is preparing her restaurant for another shuttle launch at the Cape. Everyone always gathers at her place because you can see the launch real good there. It is on the water and it's real close to the Cape. She always decks the place out right before a launch, too. Now, David always goes to Cheryl's place before work every morning for breakfast because it is on his way to his school. He has never missed a shuttle launch at Cheryl's place since he's been at his school. David was not always a teacher. Before he was a teacher, he used to work for the government for UFO research about 5 years ago. He didn't like the job that much because he was always bored. He really wanted to teach anyway. Today is also Oct 27 in the year 2048. By the way, guys, it's year 2048, just so you know. The next shuttle launch at the Cape is on Halloween. There has been some unusual events the last 2 shuttle launches, though. They would get right up to the launch sequence and stop the launch for some kind of weird problem. And I want you to know that they never specify what those problems were. And that has no effect on the story whatsoever besides them going, "Oh my god, it's Halloween! And we're gonna have a launch, and it's bad."
Oh, and you want to know what the
Did
description
they
of
dress
David reminds me
the
of?
ship up or anything?
It's a vampire ship.
What were you saying, Watercloak?
I was saying, you want to know what the description of David reminds me of, however?
Who?
Hi, my name is Ebony My name is Ebony, Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and etc., etc.
Or Rich Handsome.
Yes.
Lord Rich Handsome. And
Yes.
Ava Ridge. Anyway. Now everyone is very suspicious. Oh, and he starts like 20 paragraphs, or every other paragraph in this book starts with the word "now." Now everyone is very suspicious about the next launch on the 31 because of it being Halloween. They have also been launching 3 shuttles a week. Most of the people going back and forth on the shuttles are workers working on the 3 huge mobile base stations orbiting the Earth. 2 of which are just about finished. They have also been trying to get David to join the crew on the USS Lunar Base 1 for about 2 years, which is one of the base stations that is almost completed. There's a question mark after that for some reason. However, he declines gracefully because he's a little scared of the launch process. Plus, plus is capitalized. I don't know why plus is capitalized. He likes the school he's at. Everybody laughes about the way the base stations look. They look like a giant empty toilet paper roll. I can't read this with a straight face. I don't know what the fuck this... Okay. I keep trying to read this without laughing, and I can't. It's... Everybody laugh is about the way the base stations look. They look like a giant empty toilet paper holder from Earth with one huge engine on the back of it. Like, where do you get that comparison? What the fuck does... Why would you...
As if we're supposed to know what the engine looks like. Just imagine an engine, guys, and it's just on the edge.
Like a car engine, and it's just on the end of a toilet paper roll.
It's a motor-powered like toilet paper roll.
Or a holder.
Don't worry about it.
Like the toilet paper holder, meaning like... Is it the tube thing that holds the toilet paper, or the whole thing, like, stuck to the wall? Like, that's what it...
It's stuck to, like, the moon.
Just
It looks like the moon.
It's just a big toilet paper
That is not the
holder.
most pressing question in space people, moon people, whatever.
Yeah.
God.
Spacey moon, Mars people. Anyway.
Logan.
Yes.
Point of
When
space
is your
people's kind of
birthday?
lying.
What?
When is your birthday?
December 15th.
December?
Yeah.
I am gonna buy you the sequels for your birthday.
That would be great, because I'm not spending money on them. Anyway.
There's a sequel, I forgot.
There's 2 sequels. But anyway, so let's keep going. From in front of the engine to the front of the base station on the inside are all docking bays. There's 10 stories. Stories. It's like stories. Like, he could have just said stories, but then there's like a hyphen there. Not a hyphen, like a... I don't know what the fuck.
Because he didn't know how to do it.
From top to bottom, and all 3 base stations are a mile in diameter and about 2 miles long. They constantly rotate when they are in operation. The USS Lunar Base 1, and each number is in parentheses here for no reason, and 2 are rotating at this time. And in about 3 months, Lunar Base 3, in parentheses, will start rotating. The reason why they want David is his knowledge of the stars, also because he worked for UFO research. By the way, guys, UFOs. Aliens.
By the way, he also, fucking aliens. Okay, let's move on.
They pay the workers a lot of money to work on the base stations, and he would be an officer if he did decide to join the USS Lunar Base 1, in parentheses, again.
He wasn't doing... Is that what that said?
Yeah. He wasn't... It's weird, because he wasn't doing this before. Like, he just had the numbers, and now whatever. First it starts on its mission to Mars for 6 months, then off to Saturn's moon, Titan. The USS Lunar Base... Period 2. Why is there a period? The USS Lunar Base 2 will first go to Venus for a year, then it will head to Pluto, and its moon is... USS Lunar Base 3 will go first to Jupiter for a year, and then go to the outer part of our solar system and beyond. They are also paying big money to either go to our moon base and our Mars base to work for a 10-year period. And I'm reading this all literally. It's like Mars is spelled M-A-R... And then, whatever the fuck... why do I always forget?
Apostrophe?
Yes. Why do I forget the name for an apostrophe? It's M-A-R apostrophe S. Mars.
What? Mars.
Based to work for a 10-year period. Now, on this day, David is on his way to the restaurant, like always, listening to his radio. His favorite song is playing. What is David's favorite song? We must know. When there's an interruption...
What are you listening to?
His favorite song, it doesn't say.
Barbie girl.
Yes, is playing when there's a interruption in the broadcast on the emergency broadcast system. And then there's no period and it just goes into, this is K92 FM, we take you live to NASA with a special report. This is Steve Slater, live on Channel 9. Ladies and gentlemen, today NASA Observatory has spotted a huge meteor headed toward Earth at a high rate of speed. Coming very close.
I thought you were going to say coming
As
soon.
opposed to skimming by it.
That's just... It ends that paragraph at high rate of speed, and then just says coming very close. That is its own sentence, just coming very close. However, NASA officials believe that it will not hit Earth. I really wish I could scan this up, but anyway.
So why is it like an urgent report if they're just like, oh, but it's just gonna pass right by us, like all the other stuff that comes up.
Yeah, I really that's why I keep saying I wish I could I could scan all this up, because I'm reading this literally. Everything I'm saying is how it is written. The pauses and everything are for periods at random points and stuff. It appears to be the size of a small moon. They are also concerned about it hitting the sun or our moon. And that's
no!
The sun's so scared.
Yeah, why are they scared that it's gonna go towards the sun? It's a meteor.
Like, oh god, we can't let it hit the sun.
They believe if it
Hit the sun. Shrivel up in the
they
atmosphere.
believe if it hits any other planet, we should be all right. But NASA experts need to do some more studies and urge everyone not to panic. We're not sure about anything yet. And now all of a sudden, the reporter is saying he is with NASA here. We're not sure about anything yet. Who are you, reporter? Who are you? What we do know is it's coming from the direction of the constellation of Scorpio at the tail area, heading this way, going approximately 60,000 miles an hour. And it is a planet killer. We repeat, please do not panic. Now we resume to your regular programming.
Side unit.
They go, it is a planet killer, but don't panic. David was thinking to himself, oh my god, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this. Could this be the end of us all that everyone predicted? I wonder if Cheryl heard it on the news at the restaurant. As David
What is the name of her restaurant?
I don't think it ever says. As David pulls into Cheryl's place, he sees many of the regular locals parked in the parking lot like normal. As he gets out of the car, he also notices everyone inside looks normal. As he comes through the door, Cheryl comes over with a big smile on her face. Hi, stranger. As she looks at David's face, she realizes that something is wrong. Then Cheryl says, you look like you've just seen a ghost. What's wrong? Oh, and I'd like to note that I'm pretty sure until Chapter 6, no quotation marks are used. So all this dialogue I'm going into just kind of starts on its own.
There.
It's just there.
Who's credited as editor?
I don't think there is one.
Well, who the hell would let this be a fucking...
Yeah,
Never
anyway.
mind, I can't even do it.
His wife.
Does he have one?
Apparently he lied about his job on
his
here,
son did or not.
so...
He lied about what?
His son Billy.
He apparently lied about his occupation on the back here. Somebody told me that after they read it today. I forget what the kid's name was, but because he said he looked it up and apparently he lied about his occupation. I don't know how he found that out. That could be wrong, but anyway, I wouldn't doubt it. He does. There's like a lot of copyright infringement in this book, but anyway.
Well, can't you not use the name Star Wars without...
You can't use the name Star Wars, and there is literally a picture of the Death Star in here on page... I just saw it. Let me open it up here.
Wasn't it 16 or something?
No, it's on page 58. It says when chapter 14 in this starts, there's a picture of the Death Star that is supposed to be like the alien ship. And it's literally like he Googled Death Star and got a picture of it and put it in the book.
I'm gonna Google Death Star. There it is.
David took the worried look off his face and answered, "You haven't heard the news yet, have you?" "No," Cheryl replied. "I just got done in the kitchen and came out to see you." "Why, what's wrong?"
What?
Then David said, "It's really nothing to panic about. Well, I just heard something on the radio just minutes ago. They said that there was a big meteor coming right at us from the constellation of Scorpio." "Yeah, sure, that's real funny, ha ha." Then David said, "No, really, Cheryl, I'm not kidding. Turn on your TV. There should be something on there now. I bet it's on every station." Cheryl looks at David kind of funny and looks over one of her regulars sitting by the TV and said, "Bill, can you turn on the TV that's behind you for me?" Bill answered, "Sure, for you, anything." Then Cheryl said, "Could you put it on channel 9, please?" "Sure," Bill answered. Then on came the TV.
Is that where the period is?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reporter, Steve Slater, was talking about the meteor. NASA reports
were... Is this the only reporter?
Yes, this is the only reporter. This is the only reporter in Florida. Steve Slater. I wish the story was about Steve Slater, because he seems like a more interesting fellow. Anyway, yeah. NASA reports were saying the meteor is increasing in speed. It appears that the meteor is going 69,000 miles an hour, and is climbing in speed at the rate of 1,000 miles an hour every 6 hours. Wait a minute. Yeah, at 1,000 miles an hour every 6 hours. This is Steve Slater. I take you live to... Why does he have to say it again? I take you live to NASA Observatory to talk to Herbert Larson, head astronomer. And then all of a sudden, after this part, everybody's names before they talk are like in not quotation marks, in parentheses before what they're saying. When it didn't do that for the first, 12 pages, but okay. Herbert Larson, in parentheses, at approximately 3:55 a.m. this morning, we spotted a giant meteor in the constellation of Scorpio coming in our direction. At the current rate of speed, it should be here in about 178 days. Now, we believe it's going to miss us by about 25,000 miles. It's going to be real close. We will be following it very closely. We have experts on this all over the world. Everyone right now is busy trying to calculate where the meteor is going and if it will hit us when it arrives. For the next 178 days. Ladies and gentlemen.
He used the miles per hour speed for a meteor when it's supposed to be something completely different.
You would probably use kilometers, but I mean if it's American TV, I guess you would say miles. I'm assuming it is. Anyway, they are in Florida, so they would probably just say miles because not everybody knows what the conversions are. I don't even know what the conversions are. I suck at that, but ladies and gentlemen, hopefully with God's help, nothing will go wrong, and we will see the most spectacular event the world has ever seen since the beginning of time. We will be giving you more information as soon as we know more. Please, it's very important not to panic. It won't help at all. It will only make things worse.
The fact that they don't want you to panic is very eminent by the fact that they named it the Planet Killer.
Yeah.
Don't panic, it's just a planet killer.
Yeah, don't panic. No problem. Now we take you back to your regular programming. Now, when David... he says now in 2 sentences consecutively. Now, when David came in before everyone knew, it sounded like a regular restaurant with regular restaurant noises. What the fuck does that...
Logan, you work in a restaurant.
I serve people.
I know it's a regular restaurant with regular restaurant noises. As the reporters started telling everyone what was going on, you could hear a mouse burp. Then
I want a CD with regular restaurant noises to help me go to sleep at night.
Yes, I do too. Then at the end of the report, you heard everyone say the same 3 words. Oh my God! And this is okay, they use quotation marks. I never saw this. Yeah, this is the first time it uses quotation marks, and we're 14 pages in.
Right.
I think this just proves that, what's his name?
Dale M. Courtney. The M stands for motherfucker.
Dale M. Courtney is actually a robot. So he does not understand humans, so that's why he says normal restaurant noises. He just doesn't understand humans.
I guess so. There could be some truth to that.
You're right, it was kilometers. They measured in kilometers per second.
Yeah. About half the people immediately got up with a terrified look on their face and said, "We have to go." And they paid their tab and left. Then one of Cheryl's...
At the same time?
Yes, everybody.
They all say it.
We have to go. This happens a lot in the book. You'll see it'll say, everyone consecutively said something. Like, it just happens a lot. But anyway.
Like they're in a musical.
Then one of Cheryl's regular customers in the other half said, "I'm not going to panic. Hell, it might not even come close to us." Then David said, "It would probably collide with something way before it comes near us. I'm going to go ahead and eat. I'm not going to panic either." Then everyone realized who David was and what he did for a living. Then everyone started to calm down and listen to what he was saying. Suddenly everybody went ahead and ate their breakfast. David turned to Cheryl with a smile and Cheryl said, 222?
What?
Yeah, it's like a thing you get for breakfast. Like, it's like 2 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, and 2 pieces of toast or something like that. I don't know. But Cheryl said 222. David said, "You know me. Yes, ma'am." Coming right up, Cheryl replied. She had a sexy smile on her face and then went to the kitchen. It's like every time I read this, it's like the first time. It's like the first time I've read it. Every single time. This is like the 3rd time.
This hurts me.
Coming right up, Cheryl replied. She had a sexy smile on her face and then went to the kitchen. David grabbed the newspaper and sat down at his usual booth and started reading the paper.
Everything is just as usual with this.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I can't handle all the sexual tension.
I can't either. It's eating at me. I'm gonna have to go jack off right now. Anyway, in no time, one of Cheryl's waitresses came out with his breakfast. David ate pretty quickly. He put $5 on the table and went over to the door of Cheryl's kitchen and smiled. He looked at Cheryl and said, "That was one good breakfast." "That was sure quick," Cheryl replied. Then David said, "Yeah, I know. You know what? I've been coming here for a long time, and we never really got to know each other that well. Do you think maybe that David seemed to be a little nervous?" Wait.
Does it just go with me? It does,
yeah, that's a sentence. There's like it says, "Do you think?" I think he's supposed to be saying, "Do you think maybe that?" And then it would say, "David seemed a little nervous." But it says, "Do you think maybe that, comma, David seemed to be a little nervous?" Question mark. And it's
so
like
they didn't
it's
use
asking the
quotations
reader.
for that?
It is petitioning the reader. We're supposed to give our input. So guys, what do you think?
I think he is just a cocky asshole. That's what I think.
I think he is acting
has
like
his
a normal
purpose.
human person normally acts.
Yeah, I guess so.
This whole book is just to prove that he's human and not
Yes.
some like robot cyborg thing.
I just read that series of Judge Dredd comics from the 2000 AD stuff where like a bunch of robots start trying to kill everybody. Reminds me of that. But anyway, well, I was wondering if you would like to go out with me sometime. Cheryl put a sexy smile on her face and said, I would really like that a lot. David put a big smile on his face. That's great. How about Friday night? Cheryl said, okay, that sounds good to me. Super David answered. And there's the part that we always laugh about. It's supposed to say super David answered, but it just has nothing separating it, so it just said Super David answered.
Super David. I see what you did there. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it says in the book. I'm not doing anything. It says Super David
I know.
answered.
I can't even. It's hurting.
Yeah. I'll see you on Friday then. He said bye and went on to school. As he was driving to work, he noticed everyone seemed to be driving.
I thought he was
crazy.
going to school.
Well, he was driving. Well, yeah, he works at the school, so he's driving to work, but he's driving to the school, so whatever. He noticed everyone seemed to be driving a little crazy and yelling at each other. When he got to school, he noticed everyone was running around panicking. You'd think that'd be a typo, but he types it multiple times, so.
What was the typo?
Notice. He doesn't say noticed, he types notice. When he got to school, he noticed everyone was running around panicking. Everybody was telling everyone to calm down. And then
Everyone was shoving blunts into each other's eyes.
Everybody was telling everyone to calm down.
They're all like, yelling at each other.
Everybody's just sitting there in the hallway, just yelling, "Calm the fuck down! Jesus Christ!" Everybody to everybody else, and nobody will calm down.
Nobody will calm down because they're
They're all
trying
yelling in unison because that's how he thinks conversations work.
Yeah, they all do it in
All
unison.
right. Okay. Everybody was telling everyone to calm down. When he got to his room and got settled in, a couple of his best students, Billy Berenson and Kathy Rigby, arrived. They were a little panicked and asked David, "Mister?" And that's the end of the paragraph, and then it goes, "Bramer, did you hear the news?" I don't know, he separated it after Mr., but it was supposed to be asked David, Mr. Bramer, "Did you hear the news?" But it just goes, "David, Mister." "Bramer, did you hear the news?" "Sure," David replied. "I'm going to hook up my new telescope, and we will all watch it as it gets close. This is a special telescope that can see during the day. It is one of the latest telescopes out. They're expensive, but they work well." And he uses their, like, as in possessive, like, theirs. They're expensive, but they work well. You can hook it up to your computer and watch it on your monitor. With our new chalkboard-sized class computer monitors, we can watch it real good in the classroom, and it's high definition, too. All you need is the correct coordinates. Then Billy said, "That's pretty cool, Professor." "Yeah, that is cool," Kathy replied. David spoke up and said, "I've got to go to the office to get some forms. I will be right back, so be good." Billy and Kathy both said, "Okay, Mr. Bramer," as David arrived at the office. Everyone was very busy and a little panicky. It was close to chaos. He went over to the principal's office and walked in. The principal, Mike Lever, looked at David. Mike Lever? Why is that funny? Looked at David and said, "I'm glad you're here. I just received a phone call this morning from NASA asking about you and wanting to talk to you. They said it was pretty important. They gave me a number for you to call. I tried to find out what it was about, but he wouldn't tell me. I'll bet it has something to do with the meteor, doesn't it?" "I don't know," David answered. "I'll call and find out and let you know." David went ahead and got his forms and went back to class. When he got back, most of his students were starting to arrive. Everyone was kind of loud, so he told everyone to calm down and please sit down. Everyone start studying his or her books for Friday's test. I have to make a phone call, and I'll be right back. David went to the teacher's break room and called the number. "Hello, NASA Operations, Bud Walker speaking." Yes, how are you doing? My name is David Bramer. I am a 12th grade teacher at New Smyrna Beach High School. I was told someone was wanting to talk to me and that it was important. And that's the end of the chapter.
Good place to end.